She says she want hood nigga. I keep the perk by the pound. The trunk stay bumped and y'all know we run the town. Hood nigga. And I keep a bad bitch around. Thick bitch, long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Hood nigga. And my Chevy sitting on 24s. Flats look like flapjack. Pancake, you ain't no hood nigga. I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood, folks. I'm on that hood kush and alcohol. I got some down bitches I can't call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. Yeah, long as my bitches love me. Yeah. I can give a darn about no hate as long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this super fly dirt coast muddy water. Shorty, pop that pussy if you wanna. Let me tell you about this old school pouring lean, candy yams and collard greens, pocket full of stones, riding clean.
Well, I'm just one parlay away from a new house, new car. I'm just one parlay away. Trust I'ma take us far. I'm just one parlay away. One parlay away. One parlay away. Oh, I took the Chiefs on over. Took my homes on yards. Everything is going good so far. So far. Lakers beating the Knicks. Spread is only 6. 2 minutes left in the game, baby. I'm about to hit. Ow!
I need out, yeah, I need out. Blood pressure higher than a body count. Tomorrow she has to go. She's a mama. I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, mama, I think I married a hoe. I made a mistake, mama. No, oh no. I want you. A man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. Ain't loyal. All these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal. Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal. When a rich brother wants you and
right, y'all. We back again. We darked out tonight because it's gonna be a little somber one. But welcome back to another episode on the JVJ Network. I am your host, the top of JVJ. Before we even get started, y'all, as usual, do the thing that I need y'all to do, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, turn notifications on, all that in the bag of chips. We need that round here. Let me see what I'm gonna go with tonight. What we gonna do? Yeah, we gonna go with this kid right here tonight. We gonna bump a little bit, but this ain't a happy night, y'all. Just so y'all know. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with some of these recent court cases that's been going on, but we had one from, I think, like 2022, 2023 that actually finally went to trial. There was this young black boy, 14 years old, that got shot by a store owner, and the dude was going to trial. I'm going to give y'all a quick video so we can get a quick catch-up on it so everybody knows what's going on. But they actually gave the verdict just literally probably like 20, 30, maybe an hour ago. They actually gave the verdict on it, and it is we're gonna have a conversation about that shit tonight. But before we get into it, man, you know, as usual, get your cigarettes, get your weed, get whatever you need, because we're about to jump into it. Let's head on down. I forget which fucking country, racist ass town, city, state we gonna be in this time. But either way, though, let's check it out and see what we got, y'all.
And good evening now. We begin tonight with the latest in the Rick Chow murder trial, as today marks 3 years since 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton was shot and killed outside a Columbia gas station.
And today, jurors heard hours of emotional testimony from witnesses while also seeing newly released body camera and store surveillance video from the day of that shooting. We want to show you one of those moments right now.
In this video, you see Cyrus wearing a red jacket, telling Rick Chow's wife he does not have any water in his pockets before picking up his backpack and walking out of the store.
And shortly after, Cyrus was chased by Rick Chow and his son, Andy, before the teenager was shot.
News 19's Kiki Gushu was in the courtroom for all of today's testimony and the moment these videos were shown to jurors.
She is joining us right now from outside the Richland County Courthouse with the latest update. Hi there, Kiki.
Erica, JR, today's testimony moved away from what happened in the street that night Cyrus Carmack-Belton was shot and moved back into the Shell gas station that Rick Chow owned. Now today, most of the afternoon was spent showing the jurors, the prosecution showing the jurors, surveillance video from that Shell gas station. They also brought to the stand a new witness, investigator Tama Jordan. Now, the state played surveillance footage showing Cyrus inside the store and questioned former investigator Tama Jordan about the gas station's camera system. Jordan testified Rick Chow's familiar with the surveillance equipment, and prosecutors repeatedly asked whether those cameras could have been used to help identify Cyrus later rather than chasing him.
Do you think you would have some tools to help identify him?
Look, I'm not gonna go too far into like what they're talking about right now because we're actually gonna watch some of the court proceedings. But pretty much y'all get the gist. The story is there was this kid who went to a store, gas station, you know, the normal ones that be in the neighborhood, and he was looking around for stuff, never ended up buying anything, never getting anything, and they pretty much accused him of stealing. He said multiple times that he didn't steal. And they ended up chasing his ass down the road, and he ended up getting shot in the back. All right. So pretty much the store owner is on trial right now for pretty much murder. You know, chased somebody out the store, shot him in the back, and they didn't even do anything illegal. But the state is arguing their case. I'm actually going to play this last little part because this lady was actually speaking about the jury and how they're going to be perceiving things or whatever the hell. But I'm going to let y'all hear some testimony from the trial, too. And no one can. This is live. And Alexis, I did see what you got. I definitely will be doing that later on. But either way, though, look, let me jump back and put this up real quick. Like,
happened today. Take a listen.
We're talking about with this video in the convenience store. There were parts that we were able to hear everything, which was also really interesting. And then also kind of those close-up shots also specifically showing the water bottles.
Yes.
The moment on that, kind of break that down for me. I mean, we were able to see some close-up shots, and like we said, all of this happening in the span of 2 minutes.
Right. I think the video clearly shows he didn't steal anything. You see him go to the cooler, and I counted. He took 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he kind of pauses and puts 1, 2, 3, 4 back. So then when he leaves, it kind of left me wondering, well, what was his purpose for going there to begin with? Because he gets the water bottles. He knows he's being watched, right? Because they tell him to put his backpack up. And he complies with that. He follows that rule. Okay, fine. So he puts the backpack where he's told to put his backpack. But then he takes the 4 water bottles and puts them back and then leaves the store without taking anything. I think if I were a juror here, I would know, well, he didn't shoplift anything. He didn't take anything. They're clearly from this video accusing him, and they think he did. They probably, in our mindset, we're looking very intently counting, those water bottles because we know this case and what the issues are. But, I would leave with several questions. One, like, clearly he didn't steal anything. He didn't take anything. They clearly thought he did. But 2, so what was his purpose for being there? Why did he go there?
And that's the white side of some folks. You want to figure out why somebody went into a gas station, picked up some stuff, and then put it back. How many people do that every day? I don't understand why that's suspicious. I done went to the gas station before and got a whole bunch of shit. Looked around that motherfucker like I was in there shopping like a motherfucker, and then realized I left my goddamn card at the house. Am I supposed to get chased down the road by the store owner? I ain't even gonna say the race of nobody. By the store owner, and possibly get shot in the back because I put shit back that I picked up because I didn't have my money on me. Now I look suspicious because I'm in a gas station where people come to all day, every day. That's suspicious. Now we need to think about that. I don't think that's something you need to think about. I think that's something you think about when you're trying to justify what happened to somebody. I think those are the type of things you think in your mind when you're trying to justify what happened to that 14-year-old boy.
In social media, I've seen some of the comments talk about it, and people's, wasting time. I'll go into a store and just peruse around and window shop. And I've done that too. So maybe he was just walking around the neighborhood, and it's May, it's hot. He had a hoodie on, maybe just going in to get some air and wandering around. But it is very odd. It is odd.
She talking about this May is hot. Everybody in the store had on long sleeves. The store owner, his wife had on long sleeves. His son had on long sleeves. The young boy had on long sleeves. The black girl that walked in had on long sleeves. The dude that was at the register at the time had on long sleeves. I don't know what you're talking about in May. It can be cold in certain places in May. Like Alabama, I live in Alabama right now. I think we in June now. I can tell you in May, we done had days where it was like fucking 40 degrees outside, and we had days where it was like 90 degrees outside. Weather fluctuates. It's not odd. It's not weird. And the sad part, a lot of people don't understand, when you wear long sleeves in the heat, it actually blocks the sun from getting on you. You're actually a little bit cooler than the people that's got their skin exposed. Contrary to popular belief,
I think he took 4 water bottles out and then just put them right back.
Well,
yeah, that's so weird, y'all. I mean, you took something out and you put it back where you got it from. It's weird.
If you are interested in keeping up with this trial, we do have extensive coverage for you, including live.
Yeah, we don't care about y'all extensive coverage. That lady just made me mad right now. But I did want to get that. I did want to get that part off. So pretty much y'all got the gist of the story. Like, man, the little kid, he went up in there, shopped around for a little bit, grabbed 4 water bottles, and decided he didn't want them, put them all back. And by him walking out, getting ready to walk out, he gets accused by the store owner's wife, who was watching him the whole damn time. Man, I'm gonna kill this goddamn fly. I just smacked the shit out that hoe. Man, look, fly around here one more time. I'm gonna give you that He-Man smack. But she was watching him the whole time he was in there. The son was watching him the whole time he was in there. If y'all don't believe me, we're gonna go to some of the security cameras, some of the surveillance camera, and see what the hell was going on. But they watched him the whole time. They profiled him as soon as he walked in, and the lady just wanted to believe that he stole something. So she sent her 2 goons. That's why I always like to say, man, ladies got to be careful about what they say, because when men hear certain things, they react, especially if it comes from a woman, and people can die. And in this case, this lady lying on that little boy, got her husbands flying off like they super catch a nigga type shit, and then killed his little boy. He ran away scared for his life, didn't do nothing, and now he's dead. Gotta watch what you be saying and truly understand what you're saying. That's why we be saying shit about Karens all the time. Like how Karens are a danger to society. Because like just your mouth, lady, opening your mouth and accusing somebody of something. More people, especially when you're accusing a black person of something, this society has built up an entire reputation around black people where we are not to be believed. We're to always be a suspect. We're always supposed to be suspicious. We're the danger. We're the scary one. So people jump on that. And look what happened with the voices of this lady. She caused a 14-year-old boy to lose his life. But either way, though, yeah, we're gonna jump into some of this court proceedings that was happening because it was crazy. I see you up in here, Crystal. I seen you on Candy. Got Op in the building. He said, "Let that fly live, let her live." Okay, nah, that bitch gotta go. I think I smacked the crap out of him really bad, so yeah, I ain't seen him fly around my face again. So hopefully he don't, because otherwise he gonna be in a body bag. Well, he gonna be in a trash can. That's his body bag. But either way, though, yeah, let's jump into a little bit of this trial so y'all can hear what was going on. See, I've said, but they say women are not protected when they cause their husbands to go to jail. Like, for real. Then y'all remember that story? We covered it a while back. It was like an ex-NFL player. He was dating this one girl. Well, he was talking to this one girl, but he was ended up messing with another girl, and she was so mad at him. So she called her two brothers to come over, and they jumped them. And dude ended up going in the house, getting that strap, and bop, 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 their ass up. All because she was married. The girl, I don't know if y'all remember that story, but the girl was married, cheating with this guy, but got mad at this guy because he was talking to another girl. So she called her brothers to come beat him up, and ended up getting her brothers shot. Crazy story. Just that mouth is very powerful. When you can't defend yourself, you gotta go to other things. And women, y'all superpower is y'all mouth. Y'all can convince people to move. Y'all can make a man move mountains if he love you enough. But either way, though, let's go to some of these court proceedings right here. This is where the prosecutor was going in on the gas station owner about the water bottles and stuff, things of that sort. And opposite, but she said she told them to shoot his shit up like that was okay. Yeah, true. Yeah, that was ain't gonna lie, that was an interesting story. We might have to retap that one day. Judge Joe Brown.
Please record.
Yes, it's listening.
Best believe I am gonna drop the link a little later, y'all, so we can get the conversation going. But we got to get through at least two of these, and then we can play the verdict because they gave the verdict. I ain't gonna say what it is, but if y'all can kind of check my tone, you can kind of guess where it's going.
Counsel, Lieutenant, Mr. Fella, Swirl. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is the value of a human life? To grieving parents who lost a 14-year-old to senseless acts of violence, a human life is priceless. But on May 28, 2023, Chow, the defendant in this case, determined that Cyrus Carmack-Belton's life was worth less than 4 bottles of water. I say this because in May of 2023, Chow, the defendant in this case, was the owner of a convenience store and gas station on the corner of Park Lane and Springtree here in Columbia. His wife was working that evening. She was a co-owner, and their adult son was working there as well that particular evening. It was around 8 o'clock or so p.m. that Cyrus Carmack-Belton, a 14-year-old, walked into that store. And he had on a red hoodie with a small pocket in the front. He was carrying a black backpack. We know this to be true because the defendant in this case, Chow, had an intricate camera system that captured almost every interaction within that store in multiple camera angles. He also had camera angles outside of the store on the premises of the store and immediately adjacent to the store, so you could see what happened at the beginning of Springtree as his property ended. So Cyrus walked into that store, red hoodie, small pocket in the front, black backpack, and he walks in and he immediately is asked by the co-owner, Alice Chow, to remove his backpack. That's store policy. Cyrus complies, does exactly what he's asked to do. He puts that backpack on the cooler and begins to walk around and browse throughout the store. He goes aisle to aisle, browsing, looking around, looking at the candy, looking at water, looking at other things in the store. And Alice is directly behind him, watching everything that he does. When he walks to the front of the store, she watches. When he walks to the side of the store, she watches. She leans against posts and watches everything that he's doing as he walks through that store.
A lot of people might not think nothing of it. because they don't have these things done to them. You're automatically suspected that you're going to steal, being black in America. We have people that think this, and it's crazy when you got the immigrants doing it. They profiling your ass. But Asian folks, I will give y'all props, man. I'm gonna give y'all a round of applause. Y'all are the one group in America that wanted to align themselves the closest to white supremacy. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Y'all the number one group. Y'all the number one immigrant group that done came in and tried to do that. So, you know, y'all staying on code like how they would be too. You know, it'd be a white woman there following that little boy around too. But you're automatically suspected of being a criminal before you even do anything. Watch them the whole time, walking left and right, following that boy all around that stuff.
Their adult son Andy is working accounting, and he's watching as well. Watching. As other customers come in to buy things, he'll service them and continue to watch Cyrus as he walks through the store. Finally, Cyrus walks to that back right corner of the store. And again, we know this to be true because of that intricate camera system that Mr. Chow installed. He walks to the back. He opens a water cooler, leans the water cooler against his left shoulder, and takes out 4 bottles of water. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after a second, he pauses and methodically puts all 4 water bottles back into that cooler. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He closes the cooler and begins to walk back towards the front of the store. And it's at that point that the verbal confrontation begins. And I say confrontation because Cyrus said nothing. The co-owner of the store, Chow, asked if he needed help and eventually accused him of stealing water, told him to empty his pockets. The adult son, Andy, who was watching, said the same thing. You took some water, give us back the water. Cyrus said, I took nothing. I didn't take anything. I didn't take anything. And they continued to verbally attack him, accusing him of stealing water. Interestingly enough, if you look at that intricate camera system, Cyrus is telling the truth. He took nothing from that store that day. As he tried to walk out of the store, they continued to verbally harass him to the point where he took his backpack and calmly walked out of the store. Again, we know that to be true because of that intricate camera system that JvJ installed. And as he walks toward that door, the co-owner, Chow, says something in Cantonese that makes her son run around the counter towards Cyrus. And then JvJ, the defendant in this case, comes from out of an office in the convenience store, armed with a .45 caliber Glock pistol, and follows Cyrus out of that store. Cyrus walks out of the store, takes a right, slowly, and hears them yelling, running after him, turns to see, and again, the camera system shows these things, and he takes off running. Cyrus tries to run through the parking lot to the point to where he runs out of his Air Force One Nike shoe, runs out of his shoe, doesn't turn around to pick it up because you have an adult male running behind you with a .45 caliber Glock pistol who has falsely accused you of stealing. So he runs. He drops 2 cell phones out of his pocket. We know this to be true because there are witnesses who we expect you'll hear from who'll talk about how they had to throw on brakes to keep from hitting them as they ran across traffic. We know this to be true because of that intricate camera system that he installed. He drops 2 cell phones. One belonged to him, one to his mother. Doesn't turn around to pick up one of those cell phones. Continues to run, falls down, gets back up running, falls again, busts his shin, drops the backpack, keeps running. In total, JvJ and his son chased Cyrus Carmack-Belton over 130 yards off of their property onto a public road in Columbia, South Carolina. And eventually, after Cyrus fell a couple of times, JvJ fired the fatal shot, which ended his life. Folks, 130 yards is a football field. No, in fact, it's a football field goalpost to goalpost plus 10 yards.
I thought this viral toilet foam was another
Yeah, we got commercials,
scam.
y'all.
3 months later, I haven't touched a toilet brush once. It's called Exol, and it's nothing like those runny liquid cleaners you've tried.
Yeah, we ain't worrying about cleaning your toilet.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm Byron Gibson, the 5th Judicial Circuit Solicitor. And I, along with Dale Scott, Stephanie Taylor, and
well, I don't need to hear nothing about none of that.
Unbeknownst to the Chow family, to Chai Rick Chow, to Alice Chow, or to Andy Chow, he had a pistol in the front pocket of that hood. Unbeknownst. They didn't know. We know that to be true because that video will confirm all of those things. Confirm that he walked around the store, had a conversation with them. At no point did he ever threaten them. At no point did he ever curse them when he was being falsely accused. He didn't spit on them. He never attacked them. He calmly walked through the store and calmly denied stealing anything from that store, which again was true. The truth in this case is that Cyrus did what you'd expect an adult to do in that case. He walked away. He tried to create distance every time he was confronted. But for some reason, Chai Rick Chow wouldn't believe him. He couldn't believe him for some reason, although the evidence will show that he took nothing from that store. The evidence will show that after they chased him out of his shoe, dropping phones around down Springtree Road, after he tripped over a curb, fell, dropped his backpack, we believe that gun spilled out of that pocket. And within moments after that gun spilled out of that pocket, that man shot Cyrus Carmack-Belton in the back with a .45 caliber pistol. Now, we believe evidence will show that soon after, EMS and others came on the scene. Chai Rick Chow tried to say, I was defending my son. But the interesting thing about this process is that you're going to have an opportunity at the end of this case, after you've heard all of the evidence from this witness here, to assess what you've learned and what you've heard. You get a chance to assess that. And I'll ask as you start asking those questions that bounce around in your head. In what world do you get to falsely accuse a 14-year-old of stealing, chase a 14-year-old 130 plus yards down a road while you're armed with a pistol, shoot that person in the back, then claim you're defending your son? Folks,
that's going to be the question tonight. That's going to be the question because, once again, I told y'all I'm in a kind of somber mood because we also got the verdict a little while ago. But that is the question that needs to be asked because we got an issue. We already got a lot of issues going on in this country, y'all. But this has been one that's been persistent since the beginning of this motherfucker. It's been persistent for a long time. And we need to really have a deep conversation about it because these things need to change. They need to change because this ain't it. See, I've said, like Brother Malcolm X said, it's crazy to want your oppressor to bring you justice. Shaking my damn head. It is. It is. But I want y'all to see this one right here. We switching over real quick. Like, gonna show some of the body cam from the scene when the cops first pulled up. Like, the cops got there afterward, obviously. You know, they always respond. They don't never stop no crime. They always respond to some crime. But either way, though, let's see what they got.
Hey, MS is right here. Okay, keep going corrections. Keep going corrections. Okay. Stay going corrections.
Man, somebody fire the goddamn cameraman. Fire the cameraman. Keep the damn shit on the screen, buddy. What you over here trying to show us in the courtroom? We'll see them later.
Okay, yes, I see that. Okay. Keep doing corrections now. The MS is right there.
Cameraman need to be fired.
Hey, no, stand back.
Cameraman sucks, bro. Cameraman sucks. They need to fire that dude, bro. Whoever the cameraman need to be fired,
Post your
bro.
ROI worries. Ooh. Spend smarter. Snapchat ads.
Every Raising Cane's chicken finger is cooked.
I heard they chicken ain't shit, but they sauces is good. If you get their chicken without the sauce, they say you're gonna have a bad time because they don't season their chicken. But I want to try it out one time. I was supposed to actually try it recently, but never went by there.
To order to perfection. Raising Cane's
And I heard they shit ain't cheap.
chicken fingers, one love.
Hey, just all across it. Good. Thank you. $59 is in the back of my trunk. $59 is the place right here is in the back of my trunk. I'll go down there and start. I got it. You see it? I got it.
That motherfucker slid down that thing like Subway surfing. And y'all remember when that lady was talking about earlier in the first videos, talking about people wearing hoodies and shit? Like, it looked like everybody out here wearing long sleeves besides a few people. There's more people in long sleeves than it is than people without. And she said she thought it was weird that he would have on a hoodie around that time. Looked like everybody else got on, especially all the black people. And see, he say, damn, what barber he I guess went to get that 92 Martin Lawrence haircut from. Nah, he got that Will Smith from Independence Day. He got that Will Smith from Independence Day cut right there. Got high and tight. All right, yeah, this all doing all the shit he doing. All right, yeah, we gonna skip through some of this. Okay, is they talking to the store owner? You right here? Yes. Yeah, that's the killer right there. That's the killer right there, Mr. Chow. And look, y'all can tell he just killed that little boy. Look how calm he is. Like, no care in the world. Like, he just stepped on a roach and he's like, why y'all even talking to me about this? Man, they should have cleaned this audio up for court, man. You could have cleaned that up, killed some of that white noise. Hold up, y'all. This shit acting funny for a second. Hold up, we back. Yeah, we can't hear shit. Why you turn the audio off? That's the owner's son. That him and his dad, the one who chased his boy down the road. Can't hear nothing for real. Yeah, and we gonna go to the next video, y'all, because yeah, I can't hear shit the motherfuckers talking about. And see, opposite in their country, they treat children like grown men and will delete them. But our country makes excuses to do the same shit to children. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you on that. I ain't gonna hold you on that at all. But look, we're gonna go to one of the witnesses that actually had to testify at the trial for what he saw in this incident. And then I'm gonna end up going to the prosecutor and letting him give you one of the prosecutors when it well, there's a couple prosecutors, y'all. You had a black guy, you had a white guy. I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of how the prosecutor delivered their case a little bit, and then I'm actually gonna play the verdict, and then we're gonna talk about this shit, y'all, because bro, this is I don't want to spoil it, but it's a messed up situation. I'm just putting it like that. It's a very messed up situation, and it deserves to be talked about.
And just let me know when you see your car in this video.
So hot in her, hot and sweating.
Right there.
That's you up there, that white car?
Yeah.
Okay, play it. Okay. And did that show you on Park Lane taking a ride on Spring Street?
Yeah.
Who was in the car with you?
Just me.
All right. What did you see?
When as I turned, once I got like maybe by what's that stuff? Entryway in the parking lot for the store. There was the young boy and it was two people chasing him. And by the time I got close by the entrance, he had ran out the shoe, like ran across the street. They still chasing him. He stumbles and falls. He's trying to get back up. He's making up.
Wait, let me stop real quick. You talk about the young boy. Did you see the young boy you're describing in that video?
Yeah.
16 to 20?
Yeah.
Okay. What was he wearing?
A hoodie.
Okay. You said they were chasing him. Who was they?
The man named Son.
Okay. Did you ever see any of these people before?
No.
Okay. The man and his son, do you know who that man is now?
Oh, yeah, now.
Okay. And who was that man?
His name Chow.
Okay. Do you see him there?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is he?
Right there with glasses.
So Rick Chow and his son, and Rick Chow's son were chasing the red shirt boy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the boy in the red? Do you know that now to be Cyrus?
Yeah, now.
Okay. If I call him Cyrus, would you know if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Did you get to see Cyrus's face when he was running?
Just when they crossed the street. And yeah, the right side of his face as I was advancing up Spring Street.
Okay. What, if anything, did Cyrus have in his hand?
A book bag.
Okay. Okay. What else did he have in his hand? Anything?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. And how close did Cyrus, Rick Chow, and Andy Chow get to you while you're driving down Spring Street?
Real close. I had to hit my brakes because if I wasn't paying no attention, I could have hit one of them. That's how close they was to my car.
Okay. So they were in front of your car?
Yeah.
Okay. As they crossed Spring Street?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to see any kind of facial expressions that Cyrus was making?
No, not really.
Okay. What did you think when you first saw Rick Chow and his son Andy? Did Rick Chow and his son Andy, did they appear to be adults or did they appear to be young adults?
No, adults. And I thought that maybe it was the police maybe chasing him because when he was running, I could see his holster, I see people on the pictures in front of the stores for stealing, not being chased. So at first I was thinking that he was maybe a police officer.
I don't know what the hell they got to convene for. The man giving his testimony. No, and good and goddamn well, your little dirty ass shot that little boy in the back. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like I ain't got no sympathy for that dude, bro.
I just want to ask you what you were observing, okay? What you were observing right then and there. You said you thought it looked like, or you thought it was the police chasing the boy.
Yeah.
Cyrus. And you thought that because what did you see on Rick Chow?
I seen a holster with a gun in it.
And that was in plain view.
Yeah, like his shirt was flapping up as he was running.
Okay. Did Cyrus appear to be an adult or?
No, you could tell he was a kid.
All right, where was I? Let's see, slide.
And y'all know why? You know why they asked that question? Because for some reason, black kids are perceived to be grown-ass adults, but everybody else's kid look grown, got a full damn beard, stubble shit all on they shit. It's like, oh, that's a child. But they'll see him, see this little 14-year-old and say, yeah, he look like a grown-ass adult. It's like, really? That's why he had to ask that question, y'all. Yeah, he looked like a child, though. He did, yeah. Uh-huh. Speed it up, Court.
Okay, play that back up a little bit, Stephanie, where this car goes by. All right, play.
And look, once again, that lady, I ain't gonna get over that lady saying that dumb shit. She asking why would somebody have on long sleeves at that time? It's fucking snow on the ground. It's snow on the ground. She thought it was odd. Y'all remember earlier when I played that video, the white lady was talking about she thought it might be odd that somebody would have on long sleeves at this time of year. There's fucking snow on the ground. What? How would that be odd? There's literally snow on the ground. You can see it. That's crazy.
Okay, what are you doing there?
I'm slowing down because they running across the street.
Okay. If you hadn't slowed down, what was your fear that would happen?
I would have hit one of them.
Okay. You're driving up Spring Tree, going to your girlfriend's brother's house. Were you expecting 3 people to run across your passenger car?
No.
Okay. Slow down. Almost gonna stop. Is that what we just saw?
Yes.
Okay. And then when you go out of view of this camera shot, this is States 24. What are you doing next as you're driving?
Driving real slow, paying attention to the 3 people that's running.
Okay. Did you drive behind them, or did you sort of pace them? You know pacing?
Yeah, pace them.
Okay. Or did you go on ahead of them?
No, pace them.
All right. Why did you pace them?
They was chasing them, so I was really trying to see what was going on. And like I said at first, I thought it was like the police chasing somebody.
Okay. Well, you're in the right lane of travel, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. And so are they on, as you're pacing them, are they on your left or are they on your right?
They're on my left.
Okay. And are you focusing on the road, or are you focusing on these people that just ran out in front of your car?
The people.
Okay. Did you have a good vantage point or a bad vantage point?
Good.
Okay. Why are you focused so much on the people instead of the road in front of you?
Like I said, trying to see what's going on. And then once he fell.
Wait a minute, we're gonna get that.
Okay.
From that vantage point, did you ever see Cyrus pull anything out of his pocket?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see anything? Did he lose any clothing while you were watching?
Shoe.
You saw him lose a shoe?
Yeah, he had a white Air Force One on.
Okay. Did he stop to get his shoe, or did he continue running?
Kept running.
Okay. Did you see him drop any other things while he was around the shoe?
No.
Okay. Did you see him throw anything?
No.
Okay. Stephanie, can you play slide 21?
21.
This is what sold me right here.
Oh Lord, man, what's up with all
No
these
harsh chemicals.
bad
This is actually kind of crazy. Here's why I'll never.
products?
All right. Is that what you're describing? What we just watched in that video?
Yeah.
Stephanie, can you go back maybe like 5 seconds or so? Just put the cursor here. All right, I want you to focus, Devontae, on this area. Okay. And I want
Hey, your shoe fly off.
Speak up if you see your car or when you see your car.
Okay.
All right.
Now.
That's you?
Yeah.
Okay, so were you in close proximity to them, or were you a great distance from them?
Close.
Was your vantage point good, or did you have a poor vantage point?
Good.
Okay. And your testimony was you continued to pace them as they ran up the road?
Yes.
All right. He lost his shoe at some point. Did he already cross Spring Tree, or was he still in the parking lot side of Spring Tree?
No, he lost his shoe before he crossed the street.
Okay. And then you're saying he continued across the street?
Yeah.
Okay. What, if anything, happened to his book bag?
I wouldn't have known. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have known if anything happened because once it fell, he didn't pick it back up.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's go ahead then and get to what you're talking about where he fell. Okay. Tell us what you observed about him falling.
Okay, so when he fell after he got across the street,
okay,
it was something over there that it looked like he had to trip up over or something.
You saw him trip?
Yeah.
Okay. And were Rick Chow and Andy Chow in front of him when he tripped, or were they still behind him?
Behind him, but they was real close upon him when he tripped.
Okay. So when he tripped, how would you describe the fall?
He fell hard. The first fall was real hard.
Okay. Did he try to get back up, or did he get back up?
Yeah, he tried to get back up, but it was more so of a stumble versus him standing straight up.
Okay. Did you see the book bag again after he got up?
No, it was on the ground.
Okay. All right. Did you see anything in his hand at this point?
No.
All right. Was he able to get back up on his feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happened?
It's like he stood up almost all the way up completely. He maybe took a step, if that, and that's when he shot.
Okay. And then what happened?
Like Cyrus fell. Once he fell, he was trying to like roll himself over, but I don't know if he could or not. But he was like putting his hands up as he was trying to roll himself over.
Okay.
But you could tell he was still out of breath. Like he was still breathing real hard.
Okay.
Now, let's get to these questions now.
Judge, I think probably the court commission, if you want to take this step down. Okay. And if we're right here, do you see the spot you were just describing where Cyrus took that initial fall? Yeah. All right, can you point to it with the pointer?
Yes, sir. That person fell hit the ground real hard.
Okay. And speak up, too. So she
I said up there, he hit the ground real hard. That's when he first fell.
Okay. Point to it again. Okay. So he was in the road and then he falls into the grass, or he falls into the road?
No, he was in the grass and he fell into the grass, like on the side. He never got back in the room.
I got you.
Once they crossed the street this way, he never went back towards the right.
Okay.
All his movement was on the side of the road.
I got you. Wait, he's running up the road, and does he trip over the curb, or did you see what he tripped over?
No, I couldn't tell what he tripped over.
Okay. But he fell into the...
Obviously, he didn't trip over the goddamn curb. Ain't no motherfucking curb right there. Y'all need to fix them goddamn roads.
Towards the grass. Yeah. All right. And at this point, when he trips, where's Rick Chow? Can you point where he is?
He's like right behind. So if Cyrus trips up here, Rick Chow.
All right. Can you say about how far behind him he was?
Maybe 2 feet, if that.
So he's right up here?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're Cyrus, he's about this close?
Yeah.
All right. Where is Andy Chow? Rick Chow's son?
And when Cyrus fell, he's beside.
Okay. These two, Rick's behind him or beside him?
Beside of who's son?
Yeah.
No, they side by side almost.
But they're right back in 2 feet or so is what your testimony is?
Yeah.
Okay, so about...
So pretty much they saying that the father was right here. The son and old buddy was right here. Running. Like dad back here, they run. He right beside the little boy. They running. He fall down. So this whole excuse that they used, because the father used it and the son used it, said the son yelled out gun. We could go to some of his testimony and shit. That boy was a bumbling, stumbling fucking idiot. But he trying to protect his daddy. So I guess I understand to a certain extent. But his son would have been right up on him if he supposedly pulled a gun, because they swore they like that was their testimony, that he turned and pointed a gun at them, and that's when the father shot. But he got shot in the back though, so he turned and pointed a gun at you, and you fired after you saw that, but somehow you shot him in the back. It's amazing how, I guess, physics work. It gets bent, and something magical always happens when there's a black person involved. But either way though,
distance maybe give or take.
Yeah, give or take about the distance. Yeah.
Okay. Did they do anything to him while he's on the ground?
No.
Okay. Did you see anything in Cyrus' hand at that point?
No. Didn't the book bag had filled.
Okay. Did Rick and his son Andy allow Cyrus to get back up or attempt to get back up?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happened?
So once he get back up, like I said, he fell. He's trying to get upright, but he's stumbled after the second fall. Okay. And as he's trying to get up after that last stumble, he's trying to stand straight up so he can keep advancing because he's trying to get away from them. He's not going to like trying to turn around or trying to go toward the street. He's trying to get to the apartments. He's going straight up.
Okay, that's what it appeared to be. He was trying to get to those apartments. What are those called again?
Brookside.
Okay, that's what it appeared to you that he was trying to make his way to those apartments.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable kind of demonstrating what you're talking about? I think I know, but you say he hits the ground and he's trying to get up and go, but he's stumbling. Can you kind of demonstrate that to the jury? Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah. Okay, so the first fall, when he falls, it's like he completely falls all the way down almost.
All right, chest to the ground.
Yeah, and then he gets up. And as he's, like I say, he's getting up, but he's moving so fast, he's stumbling.
Okay.
So after the last stumble, it's like he's trying to get completely stand upright. So he maybe took a step or two after that, then that's when the shot went off.
Okay. And that was the second fall.
Yeah, well, you can say it's the second fall, yeah.
Okay. Did he ever get back up again after that?
After the shot, no.
Okay.
After he fell, I think I shot.
And you're saying you saw him roll around?
Yeah, like he was trying, after he fell on the ground from being shot, it's like he was trying to turn over with his hands.
Okay. You take this. Did you see anything in his hand at that point?
No.
Y'all hearing this eyewitness testimony. The jury's hearing this stuff. This man he was driving up as they were running out of the store. So you obviously gonna have your first part of this trial where it's about what happened in the store. Did he steal? All that voodoo stuff. We already gonna concluded that he didn't take a damn thing up out of there. He just got accused of stealing, then he left, and then they started chasing him. His whole testimony is pretty much what happened when that boy got shot. And all you've heard so far is that boy was running away from them. He lost his shoes. He lost his cell phone. He kept fucking falling for some damn reason. And when he tried to get up the second time, that's when he got shot. That's what we're hearing so far. The jury is hearing this.
Do you recognize this little area behind these trees to be where Cyrus came to rest?
Yeah, like on the left side of those trees, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Zoom back out a little bit. And we're still looking at stage 25. All right, so I just want to be clear, correct me if I'm wrong, but you say the first time he fell, it was somewhere in this area.
Yeah.
And what I understood you say, correct me if I'm wrong, was that Rick Chow and his son were somewhere in this area behind him?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever see Rick Chow out here in the road?
No.
Did you ever see Andy Chow out here in the road?
No.
Your testimony is that the two of them were, correct me if I'm wrong, I want you to just, I don't want to put any words in your mouth. Cyrus fell right here. You saw Rick and Andy side by side. I think you said this kind of area.
Yeah.
And why did you have such a good vantage point again?
I was in the road, like I said, I was just staring at it. It was, I don't remember a car being in front of me or behind me, so I was driving real slow, just watching the whole time.
So you got an eyewitness right there. So the jury got to hear that eyewitness, and they got to hear the eyewitness. But I want y'all to hear what the prosecutor had to say. I mean, not the prosecutor, the defense attorney. They always find a coon, bro. I don't care if I was a lawyer, dude. I'm trying to tell y'all, there's certain cases I just wouldn't take. Like I don't care how much money it is in the world, bro. There's just some cases that I'm not taking. There's some people that I'm just not going to defend, especially after I look at the evidence, because I give everybody a fair shot. Like, let me look at this evidence and see if you did this shit. Like, man, I can't do it, bro. It's like, nah, they need to lock your ass up type shit. But I want y'all to hear the defense. And they found him a brother. They found him a brother to come defend a 14-year-old boy getting killed. So check him out, man. It's like, man, Negro of the Year right here, Ward. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even know how he stand on shit. He probably just gonna say I'm doing my job, but nigga, I don't respect that shit.
I remember growing up and watching shows with my father. And I'm old enough to date myself a little bit that we would actually listen to radio shows. One of the radio shows that we would listen to quite often is a guy named Paul Hart. What he would do is he would tell stories. And then telling stories, what he would do is tell us.
Now, y'all hear him talking right now. For the brothers in here that know, y'all already know what we're listening to right now. Y'all already know what we're listening to right now.
Story that he thought that everybody actually knew. He would tell a story, he would give details of a story that he thought that everybody actually knew already. And he would tell it, and he would tell it in his interesting way, but what he would do is intentionally leave out parts of the story so that people would be a little confused because they'd heard the part of the story that they thought that they knew, but he would leave parts out. And then he would take this huge pause after he was done and everybody think it was over. And then he would say this famous line. He would say, and now it's time for the rest of the story. And then he would spend the rest of the show telling the listener the rest of the story that they did not know. He would do this because he understood people. He understood that we are a generation of people who simply listen to headlines, listen to flashy things, and don't hear the rest of the story. He understood that if he could tell just small parts of the story in the way that people thought that they understood them and didn't hear the rest of the story, then they would believe things one certain way. And the way that he did it was fascinating. It was interesting. People started to understand that that's the way we have to start listening. Because if we only hear part of the story, then we can never get to the truth. And so as we sit here and get ready for our closing argument, all we're going to do now is tell you the rest of the story. I will tell you wholeheartedly, and this might come across as a shock, I agree with some of the stuff that the state of South Carolina said. When they got done with their closing argument, folks next to me said, do you want to take that dollar down? And I said, no. Because let me tell you with unabashed honesty, they are 1000% right about the following statement. If Rick Chow executed a human being over a $1 bottle of water, enjoy hell. Let's make that clear. If Rick Chow shot a man in the back stealing $1 bottle of water from his store, you do what you will. Because there's nothing to justify this back and forth. Was he right? Was he wrong? It doesn't matter. Taking a human life over a bottle of water is absolutely ridiculous. It's wrong under any way that you could possibly look at it. And that's why the state has gone out of their way to put this $1 bottle of water up, to put this picture up, because they want you to believe that this is what this case is about. The rest of the story. It has nothing to do with this water. It doesn't. Because if that was what it was about, this wouldn't be a complicated case. As we sit in front of you, the things that we have to talk about is we have to break down everything that we have watched in this case. We need to break down what the state of South Carolina has presented to you. And as we break it down, we can break it down inside of 3 classifications, what they put on the scene. They put on what they call eyewitnesses. They put on investigators. And they put on experts. You remember? Those are the 3 things that they have given us. So first, let's talk about the eyewitnesses. And the reason I want to talk about the eyewitnesses first is, remember, and I wrote down a quote that the state said, cameras don't lie. For 17 seconds, you could have played the camera. For 17 minutes, you could have played these cameras. If you remember, these witnesses got on the stand, they sat in front of you, and I asked them questions. They looked directly at you. They were talking about what they remembered. They were talking about their memories and how important that is. And then I started asking them questions from right there. You remember? I said, I'm not trying to be rude, but I remember you talking to 911. Do you remember that? Yes. And you said something different to the 911 tape that you're saying right here today. I asked another person, isn't it true that we don't interview witnesses together because they can get their stories together and their brains could get something that didn't really happen? Yeah. And that's on video, correct? Cameras don't lie. And they called 911, and in the 911 call, they said they didn't see anything, correct? Cameras don't lie. But don't you remember, and I asked one of the witnesses, isn't it true that you told them something and they said that was completely impossible? Well, yeah. And then they met with you, they talked to you, they interviewed you and put you on the stand, you told something different. Cameras don't lie. So why are we sitting here and not watching those videos? Why didn't the state give you the 911 call? Why didn't they give you the videos? Why didn't they give you the information? If cameras don't lie. The rest of the story. I talked to one of the investigators and officers as he took the stand. Remember, we asked him, what is important as an investigator? It's important to get the facts, it's important to get the information, it's important to get the evidence as close to the incident as possible. So we can do what? Remember the question I asked him? So we can give all the information to the jury. The rest of the story. Because what we don't want to do is subject and put our emotions in there, our personal beliefs, our subjective decisions. That's what's happened. The rest of the story. For some reason, the state of South Carolina doesn't want to give it to you. One of the witnesses took the stand, if you remember correctly, Detective English took the stand. You remember? One of the first ones they put on. And they put the videos up on all of these screens, all this technology that the state of South Carolina has. And they put up all of it. And one of the clips they put up was of Rick Chow stand. You remember? And they played it, and it said, my son saw, I didn't initially see my son that he had a gun, so when I looked at his hand, and then what did that officer do? He just walked away. We knew there was a second part of the video. Cameras don't lie. It would have taken how long was the quote? 17 seconds later. Cameras don't lie. And what was the next question from the state of South Carolina? Isn't it true he didn't tell you on that scene blank? Cameras don't lie. So we literally had to make sure you knew the rest of the story. And what did we do to tell you the rest of the story? We brought that other officer on to tell the rest of the story. And you remember, it went right together. The rest of that statement. My son saw, I didn't see it initially. My son alerted me that he had a gun. So when I'm going to go talk to his son, that's when he walked away. And then the statement kept going. Look at his hand. He actually had a handgun in his hand. The rest of the story.
Are you the new IT director?
Hey, yeah, nice to meet you.
Great, let's start your Monday service onboarding.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I can see this dude swindling money out of folks at a church. I can see him being a pastor somewhere.
He got up running, then my son yelled, he's got a gun. So when I watched, there was a gun in his hand. That would be some important information for the state of South Carolina to tell you. But they need it to be about $1. They need to scare you. They need to make you afraid. They need you to think the great Rick Chow, this evil human being over here, killed a man over $1. And that is disgusting. That is awful. That is abhorrent.
See, I got some things that I'm already irritated with this guy. I know you're doing your job, buddy, but yeah, you can't come to the cookout no more. First off, that's a little boy. That boy was 14 years old, but you said he killed a man. We just sat here, y'all, ourselves and listened to an eyewitness who actually saw it that didn't have any implication of being held accountable for anything, say that he didn't see that boy with nothing in his hands. But the person that actually shot the gun telling you, no, he had something in his hands, he's the more believable person? Okay. You say so.
It's not what happened. The rest of the story. We don't want to tell you the rest of the story because if you hear it, then you get to make an intelligent decision, and we don't want you to make an intelligent decision. We don't want you to hear the 911 calls. We don't want you to watch the videos. We don't want you to hear what Rick said at that moment, at that time, without a lawyer, without anyone telling him what to say or do. We had to play those. The rest of the story. And as we get in there and we listen to this and we go through all of this information, it becomes incredibly important. We then had investigators take the stand. You remember the questions I asked of the investigators and why they were so important. The state of South Carolina, for you to make a decision, has come in front of you and said, put witnesses on the stand. Guns aren't that bad. 14-year-old kids have guns all the time. And they had witnesses literally with their hands on the Bible looking at you, talking about, guns are prevalent, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, this is what it was always going to come down to. You have to destroy the character of a young man because you caught red-handed, bro. He didn't steal anything. Y'all chased him a football field in 10 yards just to shoot him in the back. So now you got to figure out some way to justify, because you already accused him of doing something. You initiated chasing him with a loaded weapon off of doing something that he didn't do. But to justify us shooting him, we have to demonize his kid to get this guy off. So he had a gun on. This is coming from the same, well, obviously not him saying it, but I've seen other people in the comment sections underneath these videos, especially over on TikTok, justifying talking about, well, why he got a gun? Why he got a gun? And this is coming from white folks. And I'm be honest, I ain't trying to come at y'all right now, but I'm be honest with y'all. Y'all put guns in y'all kids' hands at an early age. Let's just be real about that. Where all these school shooters coming from? Why y'all talking about a black kid with a gun? Like, come on now. But they playing to, I'm guessing the motherfucker saying this shit right now because you playing to the jury. I wonder what the jury makeup was, because this is in South Carolina. But a black kid with a gun, that is unacceptable. A white kid with a gun, they could be the best shooter at 14 around here. It's like, we already know how this shit goes, man. Motherfuckers putting guns in their kids' hands at the age of 7. I done seen little white girls at 7 years old shooting motherfucking tarp rap. Bing, 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 bing. And then the motherfuckers are sitting in the videos and brag. So I'm like, yeah, if a civil war ever come, we got our kids ready. And I'm like, but a black kid with a gun at 14, that's more than enough justification to take his life, even though he didn't do anything. Just because he had a gun. You know, that old Dave Chappelle skit where he's like, Johnson, it's an open and shut case. Sprinkle some crack on him. Let's get out of here. That's pretty much what it is. He got a gun on him, so everything's fine now. Doesn't matter that he didn't do anything. He had a gun on him.
That was the testimony. I didn't make that up. That was the testimony that they submitted. Do I think they believe any part of that? Not a lot.
See, I just can't get past a black man up here defending somebody, arguing a point that racists argue against us all the time when they kill innocent black people. You're literally arguing their talking point right now. I just don't get how you can't come to the cookout, bro. You can't come to the cookout. I bet he got a white wife. He might have a Latina. I don't know.
Fine of that. But they have emotion. They're upset. And they want you to believe it's about a bottle of water.
It was about a bottle of water. Why did they chase him out of the gas station? Because they thought he stole a bottle of water. It's not about the water, though. It's not about the water. But why they chase him out of the store? Because they thought he stole some water. Like, but it's not about the big dude. What are you talking about? But I know the jury is eating this up because obviously we got to get to the verdict, y'all.
It's not the rest of the story. And then there was an expert who took the stand. You remember? I asked her a very directly question. I had her sit right here. She stood in front of you as if she was Rick Chow. And I showed her what we said Mr. Belton could have been doing. And what did she say? Yeah, that's possible. The rest of the story. She described the bullet path, back to front, right to left, slightly upward. The rest of the story. We got to avoid all of that because that changes our narrative. So now we go into what they did present. And let's talk about the part of the case that we're all wondering about, the thing that everybody there, and if it's in your gut, it should be in everybody's gut. And they spent their entire case. Their case was a day and a half, and most of it they spent it on one part, the chase.
Get your free copy of my new best-selling book, Commercial Real Estate.
Nigga, we don't want that shit.
Chase. They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have done it. You remember one of the witnesses, the investigator, got on the stand, and I had to ask him the question, is there anything illegal about that? No, sir.
Is there anything illegal about that 14-year-old having a gun? I would like to check y'all state laws in South Carolina because I know y'all like to do things a little different. I think y'all can still get married at 16 down there. So, you know, I need to check them laws down there.
That's what they're talking about. Well, common sense. We don't want you to do it. But it's not illegal. That's an important distinction to know. This is a store. Testimony was they owned it for 11 years. Margins are small. You've seen the wall of shame. People have shopped with it. People have stolen. Chased them. I've been stolen from. I chased the people of Georgia flat out. It's their property. They're emotional about it. And that's why he ran after it.
But the boy didn't steal, though. Are you forgetting that point, buddy? That's the whole point. Like, if you're going to make that crazy decision, which I'm not telling nobody to make, but I'm not telling you that you can't make. I'm just telling you one thing. You might want to be sure. You should be sure. That should be your only protection that you have when it comes to the law. If you're sure about what you are accusing somebody of, but you're not sure, they were wrong. And now we got a 14-year-old that's gone, and you're trying to argue that, well, you know, they had the right to chase him if they wanted to. A 14-year-old ain't here no more because they did that dumb shit. Any reasonable person would tell you not to chase that kid. Call the fucking police, bro.
The question isn't, do you think it's right? The question is it legal? And then you go to the second part of it, it's illegal. If it was illegal, don't you remember Andy Chow sat up there on the stand? And Mr. Scott got right in his face, and he was yelling at him, and he was going angry with him, and he was saying everything to him. But the one thing he didn't say to him is, and you have been charged with following this young man out of the store. And you are criminally liable for following this young man out of the store. Because he's not. He's not liable. He's not criminally
They don't have any charges for that, buddy. So what are you talking about? He's talking about a law that doesn't exist.
liable. He has not been charged, and he did not do anything wrong. But when you Monday morning quarterback and come back and look at the situation and say, well, why? You know what? They could have done this. They could have done this. They could have done this. Because that's what the state's case is. Think about it. How many times did you hear throughout the course of this trial the great state of South Carolina say the following sentence? They could have done this. 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 They don't have evidence to offer, but they have fear, passion, emotion, and they want to get that out of you. They want that fear, passion, and emotion, and for you to ignore the law. We do not get to take the law the way that we want it to be. We take the law.
You don't get to take the law into your own hands and go shoot somebody down because you think they stole a bottle of water. That part.
The way that it is. Let me tell you that again. We don't get to take the way that we want it to be. The solicitor can't say, well, I want it to be illegal for a shopkeeper to go out of the store. Shopkeeper should not be able to follow somebody. That's what I want. Andy, that's what I want. That's not the law. And then there's one last part that he, for some reason, has ignored.
And y'all pay attention to the words that are coming out of his mouth. A shopkeeper shouldn't follow. Bro, you got follow and chase mixed up. They chased that young man down the road. They didn't follow him down the road. They chased him. in an aggressive manner. Come on now. All they did was just follow him. Okay.
Let's say one of you, just one of you for argument's sake, are sitting back there and you say, you know what? I think they are at fault in bringing on difficulty. It may not be legal, may not be illegal, but I just don't like the fact that they follow him for 130 yards. I do not like the 130 yards. I do not like the 130 yards. Well, the judge is going to charge you on something on the law, and it's called withdrawal. Let me explain that concept to you. Let's say one of you start a fight. Let's say I start a fight with Mr. Scott. And let's say I go up to him and I say, I'm going to get you. I'm going to take you down. I'm going to hurt you. And I start the fight and I come at him. And I'm about to hurt him. And then all of a sudden I say, you know what? This is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. And I turn around and I'm like, I'm over this. And Mr. Scott brings a knife and comes out. Well, according to their theory, I got to let him stab me. According to their theory, I got to let him hurt me, even though that I have withdrawn. Well, that is the law of withdrawal. If an individual says, if they withdraw by words or actions, their right to self-defense is back on the line. The rest of the story. And don't take my word for it. The judge is going to instruct you on the law, and that's one of the things he's going to talk about.
So let me get this right. I can instigate the situation. I can literally be right up on you, and at the last thing, be like, fuck, it ain't worth it. I don't understand why he brought out the knife scenario. That was kind of, I guess you wanted to be dramatic. But you get to instigate, start shit, chase a motherfucker, be aggressive, and then if they turn around and you give up and they want to respond, now you can hurt them. Sound like a Chud the Builder argument that's going to be made in a little bit, y'all. Go around and antagonize black people, keep calling them the N-word, 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 and then when somebody pop them in his mouth, now you're justified in retaliating with deadly force, huh? That's what it sounds like. That sounds like the argument that he's trying to make. And that's if you believe that the young man turned around and pulled a gun on him, even though the eyewitness said he didn't see that boy have nothing in his hands. So, you know, hypotheticals compared to eyewitnesses. I guess which one the jury, well, y'all gonna find out which one the jury actually listened to.
So when we talk about the chase, when we talk about why did they run out of the store, when we talk about they shouldn't have gone out of the store, as I told you, they legally have a right. The officer, their own witnesses told you, they legally have a right. This officer with 25 years of experience, dealt with shoplifting, dealt with this. He says, we prefer you not common sense. But then there's a last part of that that wasn't on their little pretty board, the right to withdraw. When Andy Chow testified, when he told you what happened, he said, I was following. I was running after him. He fell. When he got up, he had this gun, and then I went this way. And as his hands were up, remember I asked him directly, the gun was still pointed at you. Yes, sir. You were looking directly at the barrel. Yes, sir. And then what did you hear? I said to my dad, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. And then what did he say his dad said? Drop it. Stop. Drop it. No. There's nothing more withdrawal than that. When he yelled, stop it. Drop. No. That's a withdrawal.
Your family may be owed thousands in social media compensation in 2026. Find out now in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm about to skip ahead on this nigga.
Yeah. I asked that same officer the situation when officers are chasing somebody and you chase them incorrectly. Remember we asked him that question. You chase somebody incorrectly, what happens? We chase them incorrectly, it does happen. And what would happen if that individual pointed a firearm at you? Remember the example he gave? If someone pointed a firearm as I'm chasing them incorrectly, well, I would tell, and they turned around and pointed a firearm at me, I would tell them, stop, drop it. And if they did not drop it, I would fire. Sounds eerily familiar to this case. And that's some of the rest of the story that the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, two problems for you, buddy. First off, you're giving another hypothetical, but also they're not law enforcement. They're not sovereign citizens. They're not endowed with special rights that us average citizens don't have. Like they got extra rights. But you gonna compare the store owner to a cop. Okay.
For some reason it's chosen not to tell us today. And then we go, duty to retreat.
And he still keep talking like the kid pulled a gun on him. The eyewitnesses didn't say that. So I don't care what the dude that shot him said. He said that why he has all the incentive to tell a lie. I need to justify why I shot this kid in the back. Yeah, he pointed a gun at me. any logical person could come to understand that could very possibly be the case. So I can take his word for it right now, but then we got other eyewitnesses, and all the other eyewitnesses said that didn't happen. But you're gonna hell-bent on the guy that shot somebody is telling you the truth to justify him shooting that person. Only dummies believe shit like that. That's crazy. I didn't steal. I know that camera and that camera and that camera said it, but fuck them cameras. Trust me. Believe me.
Or can you retreat? As a person is pointing a firearm at you and you're pulling backwards and someone is saying, stop, no, don't. That's what duty retreat is. No one turns and runs. The judge is going to tell you, as I mentioned, when talking about self-defense, and I've said it several times, you have a right to act on appearances, and you have a right to be wrong. So as we sit here and we're in Rick Chow's position, we're wondering what Rick Chow is doing. As we've heard this testimony, Rick Chow sees a gun pointed at his son. His son says, as you heard, I was afraid, I was terrified. He's got a gun, he's got a gun. So Rick Chow in that situation stands in the place of his son. This case is not about a dog. This case is not about a shoplifter. This case is about a father who sees a gun pointed at his son and had to make a decision.
I love how these sick sons of bitches breathe and just go eat and shit and fuck every day. I just like, bro, you should. I'm not even gonna say it, but y'all probably got an idea what I'm thinking right now.
I hate it.
Sick ass son bitch.
I hate that young man. I disagree with the state's theory on it's not that big of a deal that kids are going around with guns. I hate it. It is a problem. And it is a problem.
You don't like that, but every time we have a mass shooting at a school, don't nobody, the same side that you defending right now is the same side that we don't need to talk about guns. We don't need to talk about gun control. You know, Charlie Kirk even said that dumb shit. For us to keep our Second Amendment right, we're just going to have some accidental deaths, you know, instant deaths around here. You know, we have to protect this Second Amendment right. But as soon as all that's good and gravy until a nigga got a gun. I'm not advocating for no 14-year-old that had no gun in their hand. I'll tell you that right off bat. But for the people that advocate for it, it's kind of crazy to try to use that as a demonizing, killing blow to say why this person is innocent and this person deserved to die. It's crazy. You'll use it as a defense, but as soon as you can use that as a weapon, you'll turn around real fast. That's what you call hypocrisy, y'all. You say you have a right to be wrong and take an innocent life. That's what it sounded like he said. That's what it sounded like he said. That's pretty much what he said. That's pretty much what he said. You got the right to be wrong, but somebody dead off of you being wrong. You still got the right to be wrong. So, okay. Keep tap dancing, nigga. No more cookouts.
We have sat here and tried to make this about something that's not. I've listened to the state of South Carolina's opening statement.
His ass gonna be eating potato salad with raisins for the rest of his life.
Talk about Cyrus's age, his future, and I understand all of that. I do. The one thing that does not know Cyrus's age is that gun. That doesn't know how old he is. When a gun is pointed at somebody, you have an option.
And I want y'all to understand something. Really, when it comes down to it, he's saying that the owner had a right to defend himself. But the kid that was chased 130 yards didn't have the right to defend himself. Think about that. The person that was falsely accused of doing something and then was subsequently chased doesn't have a right to defend themselves. But the person that falsely accused that child and chased that child 130 some yards has a right to self-defense. Make that make sense. Hold on, where my boy at? Where my boy at, man?
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. This shit wild. You saw that shit, man?
That makes absolutely no sense to me, y'all. Absolutely no sense. The person that's falsely accused and gets chased doesn't have a right to defend themselves, but the person that falsely accuses somebody and then chases them has the right to defend themselves. Gotcha.
We sit here and talk about this case and how important the details are. That if you step back and look at something one way, it's completely different. And as you get closer and you look at it more and you look at all of the details, you'll never see it differently again. And so what I'm asking you to do is focus on the details. I wear this suit all the time in trials. People say, oh, you always dress so flashy, but you're not flashy. I wear this suit all the time because it reminds me that details are...
Nigga, your ass ain't flashy. Ain't nobody tell your ass that.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Shit, flashy, man. Look, I get clean. Now, if you say they say you always trying to look clean, I give you that because suit clean, bro. You clean up straight. But flashy, what's flashy about it? The tie? Nigga, the tie? What the fuck is flashy about that suit? Not shit. Let's keep going. I'm sorry, y'all. Sidebar. I don't like the nigga, so I'm gonna talk shit about him. Ain't nothing flashy about what you got on, nigga.
The most important thing that can happen. The fact that it has my name and the pinstripes in it. And you look at it after realizing it's not just a pinstripe suit.
Oh, so you got your name in the pinstripe suit. Oh, you know them white folks gonna talk shit about your ass. He look like he might buy a Cadillac. Talk shit about you. You got your name stitched in the... Nigga, that's a waste of money, bro.
It actually has my name just right down the middle. And I look at it and it reminds me in cases that if you don't take your step back and look at things in full detail, you will miss it. Like the state of South Carolina has, and they want you to miss it. We have to focus on important matters. We have to see the full story. You have to ask yourself the question, why don't they want me to know the full story? And then find it.
Because the part that you talking about was irrelevant. It ain't that they didn't want to tell you that part. It was irrelevant to the case. You're trying to hyper-focus on it to make it seem like they were being devious with the things that they displayed at trial. No, it just was irrelevant. Because it didn't happen, first off. You speculating, and you got the jury speculating now.
For the state's case to make any sense whatsoever, we have to go back to our withdrawal situation. For the state's case to make any sense whatsoever, you must be comfortable with their theory in that Andy Chow is in the store. Andy Chow runs out of that store. Andy Chow runs out of that store after Cyrus. And as he's running out after the person he thinks is shoplifting, Cyrus still points the fire. Andy still has his hands up. His dad is still watching. His dad says, no, I'm not going to do anything. And Cyrus shoots and kills his son. The state wants us to believe that that's legal, and that's okay.
How would that not be okay? It's like somebody, man, I'm not even finna say nothing about it. Let them finish.
That storekeeper should let people take stuff out of their store, and if you follow them and you get killed, it's okay. It's not.
Yeah, he done saying his shit, y'all. So after all this shit transpired, I want y'all to hear his final goddamn whatever he had to say, because they came out with their verdict, y'all. It was a verdict that was rendered a little while before we actually started doing this video. And I'm just gonna let y'all hear it.
Wait,
and
how old is
y'all see why I told you it's a little somber day today with this one. But either way though, let me get this thing up on screen, y'all, real quick. Like, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all check this. I'm gonna slide off.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Madam Clerk, will you please publish?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Indictment number 2023-GS40-07440. State of South Carolina, County of Richland versus Chike Rick Chow. We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Chike Rick Chow, as to the charge of murder, not guilty. Sign number 302, foreperson, June the 1st, 2026. Madam Forelady, this is your verdict and the verdict of the entire jury. Ms. Menendez, thank you. Madam Forelady and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to ask you 2 questions relating to your verdict. Please answer yes or no to each. Number 302, was this your verdict? Yes, it was. Is it still your verdict? Yes, it is. Number 2, 257?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 63, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 208, was this your verdict? 208, is it still your verdict? Number 226, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 329, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 222, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 164, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 20.
Now I hope y'all are using y'all listening ears and just picture who you think is saying yes when they say yes. Listen to the voice and picture the face.
21, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 204, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 232, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 259, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
The jury's been told, Your Honor.
Very good.
Very full of white folks.
Not at this time, we just like stop post-trial motions going today's video.
10 minutes for any post-trial motions you may have, anything to defense?
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Okay, thank you. You can return to your jury room. I'll be right back there to you.
We'd like to thank the jury.
All right, I guess you are adjourned.
Navam, the #1 rated business travel platform, lets your team book work travel in one
Anybody
place.
traveling
Flights,
nowhere.
hotel.
So y'all heard it, right? Not guilty. Trayvon Martin all over again. Not guilty. We got another young black boy that done lost his life because we have people in our society, people in our country that view black people as criminal just by existing. And with that suspicion that they have and the guns that they have the ability, because pretty much what they just told us, y'all, what they just told us, what this jury just spoke on and let the whole country know that even if you don't do something, but we suspect you of doing something, we had the right to kill you. Like straight up. And people need to be mindful of that. They need to be constantly aware of that because like right now, it's Trump's America now, boy. These motherfuckers come out the woodworks. You listen to every voice you heard on that jury. Tell me, man, matter of fact, we're gonna do the jury again. We're gonna do the jury again. We're gonna go through all their voices. We're gonna go through all their goddamn voices. Let's see what this jury sound like again. Let's hear it real quick. Let's hear it one more time.
Carolina, County of Richland versus Chike Rick Chow. We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Chike Rick Chow, as to the charge of murder, not guilty. Sign number 302, foreperson, June the 1st, 2026. Madam Forlady, was this your verdict and the verdict of the entire jury?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Thank you. Madam Forlady and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to ask you 2 questions relating to your verdict. Please answer yes or no to each. Number 302, was this your verdict?
Yes, it was.
Is it still
Sound like a white lady.
your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Number 2, was this your verdict? 257,
Yes.
is it
Sound like a white dude.
still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 63, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict?
Can't really hear that person. Kind of sound like a soft-spoken ass girl. Sound white.
Number 208, was this your verdict? 208, is it still your verdict? Number 226, was this your verdict?
Can't really tell with that one. Can't really tell, y'all. I'm a little suspicious with that one. I can't tell. That dude obviously ain't paying attention.
Yes. Is it still your verdict?
White lady.
Number 329, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
White dude.
Number 222, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your
White
verdict?
dude.
Number 164, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your
White
verdict?
dude.
Yes.
Number 21, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your
White
verdict?
dude.
Yes.
Number 204, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
White dude.
Number 232, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still
White
your
girl.
verdict? Number 259, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still
White
your verdict?
girl.
Yes. The jury's been held, Your Honor.
Very good.
I'm questionable about two of them. I couldn't hear the first person that I couldn't hear for it. The first person I couldn't hear, couldn't tell what they was. And that second one, that other girl, I don't know. Sound like it was a jury full of white folks. Sound like it was a jury full of white folks. But now we do gotta really be honest with ourselves, man. We live in a country right now where they're saying it is okay, perfectly fine, to chase a 14-year-old boy down the street, unprovoked, innocently, and shoot him in the back, and all you gotta do is just say, he pointed a gun at me. But either way, though, we got Op in the building. Op is up in here, man. Give me your thoughts on this shit right here, because I ain't gonna lie, man. This Trayvon Martin 2.0.
Yeah, it's crazy because so the brother that was taken up or in defense of the young kid that got, his life lost. You got a witness, an eyewitness, and then also you have tape. But then you got this other tap dancer. I don't know if you remember the Boondocks where they had your boy that was taken up for BET, where he was trying to get it off the air, and he was a dork. I don't know if you remember the episode, but where Huey was like doing the whole he not gonna eat food and all that, and then they was like,
I'm trying to think who you talking about. I'm trying to, not Tom.
You know what episode I'm talking about? No, not Tom. Tom was on the R. Kelly case.
Okay. But I remember the episode you're talking about. I just can't remember the guy you're talking about.
Right, he came in. Now we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we go ahead and do this and do that. That's the coon that was, So it's sad that you mean to tell me that you want us to believe justice prevails all the time, even though the brother that was taken up for the young kid, they had an eyewitness camera. The coon comes in and say, they don't want you to know the truth. Hold on. Wait. The other brother had an eyewitness and camera footage. And he was able to come in there and say they don't want you to know the truth. Like, this is why we have the Tupac effect these days, the I don't give a fuck Tupac effect. It's because you mean to tell me no matter what, this ain't AI, this is homeboy PF Chan's fucking video. It was immaculate. They got to see that. And you mean to tell me they still was like, nah, he did something wrong. They saw what happened in the store. He put the water bottles back. The eyewitness saw when he came out of the store what happened. He come in there and say that he should have been able to chase him down and bust him in his back because he stole $4 worth of bottled water. Let's say he did steal $4 worth of bottled water. You mean to tell me you couldn't call the police? You got him on tape. You couldn't do that? He made the excuse that that's okay. And then a lot of us look crazy for going after Myron Gaines, Tampon Daniels, Officer Schroeder. We run for going off on these coons because they try to make it okay. And this is the ironic part. When racism happens to them, much as they've been glazing white men, when they cry wolf, we supposed to stand up and fight for them like OJ. This is where the problem is at. This is why we have this civil war in this country, is because no matter the fuck what, we say this is what's happening. We have no problem. Like, I put a video up on the channel today. Make sure y'all check it out. What happened down here close to my city, Clearwater, Florida. Kid out there wilding out. I'm like, the resolution, we need to hold on more to our kids, get their minds right, and start early, so we don't have to keep seeing this. Had a dumb YT person come in, say some racist shit. I just deleted it. I don't even want to fuck what you talking about. We need to try to do better. I had another white YT person come in and be like, "Oh no, it don't matter. These teens doing this. No, fuck that. We need to be better parents. That's what we need to do. We need to be better fucking parents. Point blank. Period. I'm willing to be able to be accountable as a parent. That's what we need more. But the main fucked up thing is we got all these Toms that come out here and make it seem like it's okay for them to do us this way, and then they wonder why. Not saying it's evil and it's okay, but they wonder why a lot of black folks be like, every skin folk and kin folk. This shit is just fucked up, man. This shit ain't gonna end. The devil wins on this shit.
No, you ain't lying about that, and that's why I forgot I wanted to show this shit, y'all. The comment section, man, underneath the verdict and shit, because like they done got some more as a recent, like, because when I first looked at it, it was at like fucking 3, but they done got 115 now. You got some people saying, "Wow, this is actually it's kind of small and make that a little bit bigger for y'all." That's what she said. But wow, this is absolutely disgusting. They just let this killer get away with murdering a child. And that is true, but you got people underneath. So he go, Jim. We got Jim out here. So why did a 14-year-old have a gun and can't spell for fucking shit and take pics on Facebook with guns and drugs? See, it don't take too long for the racists to come out the woodworks and start saying crazy shit. So you want to say that somebody, and this is the shit that gets them all the time. It gets them all the time because they wouldn't want this same logic to be used on them. You want to say that somebody did something that wasn't technically, if you know it or not, illegal or not, but had drugs and guns in pictures. Supposedly you got this kid Facebook account. I guess he don't know how shit work when things like this happen. Facebook and all these other social media shut those channels down, shut those profiles down. You can't access that shit. But somehow you did your research and you found out this kid had pictures of guns and drugs, and somehow that justifies him getting shot in the back for not stealing anything. We got these sick ass motherfuckers in America. And look, got 5 likes underneath that bitch. This motherfucker came in to back him up. A. Fluentes. Shit, you're making too much sense. Really? We got some sick ass fuckers out here, America, for 2A rights or not. No, they for Second Amendment rights or not. Not for 14-year-olds, no, but be the main ones out there training their kids. Yeah, I can literally go and find y'all videos right now of white people having like they 12-year-old daughter, 7-year, 8-year-old daughter out there shooting guns. And I'm literally saying for the girls, because the boys already be shooting. I'm from the country. I already know motherfuckers was shooting guns at an early age. Motherfucker got their first BB gun probably at 5. Got their first real gun at like shotgun or some shit like that at probably like 6 or 7. I be around them. I grew up with them motherfuckers. I know how they get down. But you got people in these comment sections like justifying this shit. But majority of this comment section is like people are really surprised and astounded. There's no justice for Black Americans in this country. You're right about that. This comment right here kind of got me though. What they basically said was, don't go inside a gas station looking suspicious. Once you look suspicious, you are now a suspect. So the store owner and his son can chase you and kill you in self-defense, shoot you in your back, regardless that you're 14-year-old, regardless you didn't commit any crime, but you look suspicious and ran for your life. They justify it by saying the store, and keep going, the store owner was acting in self-defense for his overgrown son, but fuck a 14-year-old. He couldn't just tell his son to stop. Shaking my head. That's pretty much what they did tell us. That is pretty much what they did tell us. But, you always had to have somebody come in and say some other shit. What this person said. No, they're saying don't be black because they hunted this child down and shot him in the back. Thank God I don't live in the U.S. OMG, praying for y'all. Okay, I agree with that comment. You said, and they threw in him having a gun when they didn't know he had one until he was murdered. It was the perfect cover-up. That is true. They did try to emphasize that he had a gun. Like, and You already know we done covered too many cop killing people videos. They always try to say it after the fact to justify the shooting, and white people always go for it. He had a gun. Well, did he point it at you, or did you find it on him after you shot him? They don't need to hear none of that. All they need to hear is
more
he had a
so
gun.
like it's more like saying, "Oh, good job, Johnson. He had a gun on him. You didn't know that, but you got lucky." Remember, we talked about this all the time. Police try to get the racist police try to get lucky. We gonna follow. He looks suspicious, so I'm gonna pull him over, and he might got a pistol on. I'm gonna get lucky. I'm doing a good job, Johnson. That's how you train me, and that's where it's fucked up because you're like, wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me you going off a racist hunch? You didn't really see no real suspicion because you know how kids are these days and rap and all of that. So you didn't really see him do nothing wrong, but you thought, you know what? Yeah, that look like Sandra Bland. I'm gonna just go ahead and see if I can get lucky. You know what? That looks like Alton Sterling. I'm gonna get lucky. That looks like all these situations that keep fucking happening. That look like Eric Bell. I'm gonna get lucky. And I'm naming all these black people got rest their souls because these officers did not get lucky. I'm gonna go ahead and go out to George Floyd. I'm gonna get lucky. Didn't get lucky. We can keep naming, and I get it. Fuck what they said about being a rapper being a dangerous job, because that's stupid as fuck. Will Smith ain't had these problems. You know me. I don't have no problem calling that stupid shit out that the oldest YN Jim Jones said. That always is dangerous being a rapper. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because JVJ went across seas and fought for this country. That's dangerous. Being a police officer is dangerous. But if you sign up for this shit, you can't fucking sit there and try to tell me that you didn't have a choice. When it comes to our skin, we don't have no fucking choice. And this is what's so sad because I'm a God-fearing man, God-loving man. I don't want this to be, the situation. I don't want this. But we keep having these situations happen, and I know you got racists that's gonna do this goofy shit. The only issue that we got is when motherfuckers take up for it. That's what needs to change is the system. Stop taking up for the bullshit. Boot these bitch ass motherfuckers out. You gotta go. That's what needs to happen.
No, I ain't gonna lie, and I wish they could retry his ass. But it don't work that way. They found him guilty.
That's a civil lawsuit.
Yeah. They gonna have to, and the sad part, they said former store owner, so obviously they got their store shut down. And look, it's crazy because like you see this last comment right here. Yeah, most shop owners don't know until they end up shot. Please give me a break. There's no white dude trying to. Dude, we don't know. All these black people that you just named off, all these crazy ass situations that they went through, they didn't know they were gonna get up that morning and somebody was gonna end up trying to take their life and taking their life. So give me a break. Like we don't expect to get shot. I don't think nobody walks out the house in the morning and be like, "Yep, yeah, today might be the day I get shot for doing fucking nothing." But the shop owner, the one who chose to leave his security of his goddamn store, grab his gun, and run with his son 130 some yards chasing a 14-year-old kid down. It amazes me how some people's minds work. But the dumbest thing I think you can be in this world right now is be a racist. Because it's like it makes absolutely no fucking sense. It makes absolutely no sense. There's no logic to it at all. There's no scientific, nothing back behind it. It was like you just don't like a group of people just because the color of their skin. Like, what the fuck? You got a problem with colors? You got a problem with colors? I'm pretty sure you got on a red shirt and some blue jeans, but you got a problem with the color brown. Because the sad part, we not black. We're brown. I'm caramel. I don't know what the fuck what the rest of y'all niggas is. Some of y'all might be light skinned, some of y'all might be dark. But there ain't nobody, I ain't never seen no black person. Like Wesley Snipes still ain't black. He didn't look purple.
But you know how it go. They do that to the evil motherfuckers. Do that shit so that everybody else will do their dirty work for them. That's what it is. I'm gonna put this program this in your head that this person is terrible because of a skin color I gave them. They ain't this color. Red skin. Indians ain't red. They do not look like the red crayon. Black Americans do not look like the black crayon. So white Americans do not look like the white crayon. Unless they're wearing sheets. Unless they're wearing sheets that don't look white. So I'm going to program y'all to do my dirty work.
You can't go somewhere and see a white person that actually look like the white crayon. I ain't gonna lie though. You gotta go like Slovakia or some shit.
No, this ain't. Well, they don't look like Powder, that movie Powder back in the late 80s. Listen.
Man, they don't look like Powder.
We know what it is. That is not reality. And with racism, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, is the race to preserve and make your race great. But we know Europeans came up with all this devilish shit, and then they wonder why the Nation of Islam called them devils. Y'all ain't even the full population of this world, and you mean to tell me everybody uphold y'all like y'all are? That's some devilish shit. Period.
Not even the original.
Not at all. But the biggest thing that, I'm gonna land and let you cook. The biggest problem is every race of people on this country, in this world, outside of Caucasians, right, have been brainwashed to be against each other. And we know the 12 tribes of Judah. They're not in that. So, of course, the devil got to trick everybody else to not fall for it. So that way, they can survive. But we know what would happen. It was reversed. And if everybody, I ain't saying knock them off. I ain't saying that. God forbid, I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is to not go for the banana in the tailpipe. They'll have a problem. Because they fuck every race of people over in the world, even their own. So if everybody be like, you know what? We're not going for the banana in the tailpipe pause. That's a crazy pause. We're not going for that no more. They have a fucking problem. They be like, go sit your ass down over there in that corner and be thankful you still around. That's some real shit for your ass.
That's how I say.
Go sit your ass down over there in that corner.
That's literally
before we spank.
Yeah, respectfully. Good shit. But I ain't gonna hold them. I know, like, some people be like, man, it was an Asian dude that shot the kid. What it's got to do with white folks? Well, first off, y'all heard the jury. I'm trying to tell you, I really couldn't point out. That first one I couldn't hear clearly. Don't know what the fuck that person was. And that girl, I don't know, but I know everybody else I heard sound like somebody else white. And all it takes is one person to say not guilty, and it's a hung jury. It sounds like they all agreed not guilty. You can chase a 14-year-old boy down, accusing him of stealing water, and be completely fucking wrong. And all you have to do is say, he pointed a gun at me, and that's why he did, because I shot him. And that's just America right now. It's been America. I don't even know why I say right now. That's been America. Like, shit, sad part, that don't even really make no sense. But for the folks that want to sit around and say, why did I say something about white folks? Because, like you said, they indoctrinate a lot of these other groups to believe in these stereotypes and help perpetuate that same problem that they have against us onto us. Because there's a lot of these Asian folks, when they come to America, they migrate here, they don't let them Contrary to popular belief, y'all don't know, the federal government does give them loans to get them started. They give them a chance to get started, give them some money. They want to invest in a business or whatever the hell, get it going. But they do not let them go into white neighborhoods. They send them over there with the black folks. So the people that constantly frequent your stores because you're in the black neighborhood, Asian folks mainly, Arabs too, because you know they getting up in there. These people keep y'all in business. And then people that sit around and talk about, oh, well, people steal everywhere, bro. I don't hear you. I swear, you got more energy from certain people in certain communities. They have more energy for somebody stealing a Snicker bar out of a gas station than they do with a motherfucker on Wall Street stealing 50 million. They got more energy for that shit. And we've all seen it because, you know, white collar crime ain't shit. But petty theft, oh yeah, we can't have none of that. You can steal $50 million from a motherfucker and somebody don't go to jail. Nobody go to jail. But you'll justify a motherfucker not even stealing a bottle of water and getting the death penalty. But I got something for them folks that you know, the trainers of the people that keep everybody being racist against black people. I just want to throw this up here because, you know, we got 4th of July coming up next month. And, you know, we're supposed to be celebrating the 250th anniversary. Even though this country been around, well, the country wasn't established, but motherfuckers was over here doing fucked up shit for a hot minute before that. But, you know, they want to just say 250 because, you know, they don't knock off 150 years. We don't want to talk about that shit. They about to have their little celebration. So I do want to let these people know something real quick, like, before they get to their little celebration, because I ain't celebrating that shit. I don't celebrate shit like that. But either way, though, check this out, Op. You might like this shit.
Conquerors and shit. I mean, we won, you lost. Get over it. Your ancestors weren't conquerors. They were nothing more than lying, thieving, deceiving, narcissistic manipulators. There is absolutely nothing historically that white people have gained through their own hard work and honor. Pretty much everywhere they went in this world.
There you go. Now, she made that statement now. I'm going to let her repeat that statement. And anybody that has a rebuttal to what she said, please tell me if she's lying or not.
Manipulators. There is absolutely nothing historically that white people have gained through their own hard work and honor. Pretty much.
Y'all in the chat, somebody help me out if there is something. Hard work and honor. Name one thing white people have accomplished through hard work and honor. So pretty much doing the right thing while they're accomplishing it. I'm gonna let her keep cooking.
Much everywhere they went in this world, the people of that land welcomed them. And did they go there and act like human beings? Not even a little bit. They chose to behave like animals, like savages, like Neanderthals, if you will. When you weren't robbing, raping, stealing, and enslaving, they were a filthy people, so they were spreading.
And that's one thing that gets me, because I've had conversations with a lot of my Caucasian brothers and sisters, and they love bragging about, I got Viking blood in me. I got Viking blood in me, yo. Vikings and all that shit. I'm like, do you know what the Vikings did? Like, because you know how they'll sit around a lot and talk about how black people, we glorify crime and all these woot things in our communities and shit like that. And it's like, okay, but you claim that you a descendant of a Viking. What did Vikings do? Like, do you even know the own history that you claiming? Do you know what the Vikings did? The Vikings would travel on down in their little boats and shit and come to other European countries and shit, rob, kill, steal, and rape the women. Then go right back on up there and chill out and, you know, enjoy their spoils until they decided to go do it again. That was the Vikings. Could they fight? Yeah, they could fight. That's why they was doing what they did. They didn't want to go work and pillage the land themselves. They just want to go take everybody else's shit. But you claim, you want to claim that. And they were doing that to fellow white people. So I'm just like, just a quick history lesson for the people that don't know their own history and they be claiming shit. So like when they talk about, oh, black people do shit to black people, it's like, okay. Bro, y'all celebrate y'all culture of doing that shit. Y'all claim it. Don't even know. Either way though.
Plagues which wiped out millions. Stealing and enslaving. They were filthy people, so they were spreading plagues which wiped out millions and millions more. Even
that's how they defeated the Native Americans, that people really don't know. It wasn't because they had guns and they were superior fighters. Like, really, no bullshit. They was just dirty motherfuckers. They brought the Black Plague over here, the common cold. These people immune systems were not built to deal with that type of nasty ass shit because they didn't live nasty. You know, the bubonic plague started because these motherfuckers would just throw their shit out on the street. Then the rats would get it, and then just all hell broke loose. Nasty motherfuckers. So she ain't lying about that one.
Now, white people in abundance think that just because they're white, they are entitled to everything. And if you don't know, allow me to remind you, there's never been anything superior about you. The Native Americans taught you how to hunt and feed your families.
And for the people that don't know, you want a nice little brief history lesson? The first settlers that came over here, a lot of them died. They ended up resorting to cannibalism. You can go look up the diaries and the journals of this shit. They were eating each other because they didn't know how to survive. The Native Americans actually saved their ass. And then look what they got in return.
Black people taught you how to bathe, to hunt and feed your families. Black people taught you how to bathe to lessen the spread of disease. That's
damn sure did. All that Roman shit y'all seen where they had fucking sewer systems and all that shit. Yeah, the black people taught them. The Moors taught them all that. But that's something that they wouldn't tell you about because nothing good came out of Africa besides everything that they needed for survival.
Southern style of cooking that you like to take so much pride in. It was black people.
Oh, y'all niggas like chicken. It look like down here in the South, and I've been in the South pretty much majority of my life. White people down here love some fried chicken. They love some fried chicken. They like some neck bones. Y'all see all the price of oxtails done went up and shit. Yeah, who y'all got that from?
Scientifically, white people shouldn't even exist. You are genetic mutations. You exist because we exist.
And don't nobody feel no type of way about that. That is true. White folks are genetic mutations of black people. Asian folks to a certain extent, Hispanics to a certain extent, but not as much. Like white people actually they have Neanderthal DNA in them, in a decent amount, an actual decent amount. That's caveman type shit. Black folks, we don't really have that in us like that, bro. We are the original people of this earth. If they want to believe in their own, well, you ain't got to believe in God, bro. You just believe in science. Science tell you the motherfucker, the first person was a black person. Like you ain't no argument about that. Even your own science proves that. But yeah, white people, they actually are a mutation. But having blue eyes is a mutation. Just think about it that way. I don't know why I went all the way back.
Scientifically, white people shouldn't even exist. You are genetic mutations. You exist because we exist. It's about time you show some fucking gratitude.
Well, she was snapping. I didn't want to put that one up there just because I'm a little irritated with this verdict right here because I heard who was on that jury, and I don't like the fact that you can have that many human beings, grown-ass adults, sit there and watch a situation where a kid was accused of doing something that he did not do. It was proven that he clearly did not do it, but he was chased and threatened with a gun, and just for the simple fact that the person that was doing the threatening, the chasing, says that kid turned around and pointed a gun at him, whether it's true or false, does not give that man the right to kill that kid. Even if he did fear for his life, he put himself in that situation. But in their logic, I'm going to believe that guy, that Asian guy, because the Asians have stuck with us in our fight against keeping the blacks and all the other ones down. We're going to side with him because especially as a black kid, so we don't give a fuck about him, and we're going to let this good Asian man go on by his life, even though he just took the life of a 14-year-old. He robbed this kid of his future, but we're going to let him live out the rest of his days. And he probably ain't got that many left. This is America. And people need to start waking up to it. We need to wake up to it because every time it seems like this little orange motherfucker get in the White House, these racists like to go wild and just do whatever the hell they want to do and justify bullshit. They don't want an equal playing field when it comes to everybody. They want an advantage. That's why they wanted to get rid of fucking affirmative action when it came to goddamn colleges, but they ain't want to get rid of legacy admissions. You got to look in between the lines when it comes to these things. But like I said, God got all this in the end. Yeah, that's why I tell them at the end of my videos when we get to certain things like this. I hope they know hell is hot, so I hope they're ready for it. Hell is hot, and I truly believe that. And a lot of folks gonna find out because, like, man, look, you can't keep treating guys' children like this, man. You can't keep doing us like that, bro. Like, eventually, you're gonna have to pay for that. Whether we see it in our lifetime, they got to find out in their own way. This what happened in this situation, man. That man should have went to jail. He should have went to prison for what he did. And it's just a constant reminder that in this country, Black Americans, y'all not really gonna get no justice. Like, we really got to be on our P's and Q's, man. Like, when we sit around and, like, you ever grew up in a Black household, they'll tell you, especially when you in the process of trying to strive to be better at things, they're like, you got to be 2 times better than these folks, man. You got to be perfect. You can't fuck around, because like, dude, any little flaw they're gonna use against you, they already looking at you as if you're guilty of something, as if you're not qualified or worthy of being in the position that you're in. We got to get away from that, and we got to be better than that, y'all, because we can sit here and try to change certain people's minds, bro. They gonna believe what they want to believe. Some people have to tell them certain things to sleep at night. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and evil lives in a lot of them motherfuckers. But look, man, just be mindful of this shit, man. We need I don't know what to say, man. It's a fucked up situation, man. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video tonight, man. I ain't finna drag this out, man. Hit that like, subscribe, share, turn notifications on, all that in the bag of chips. Y'all see the channels down here at the bottom, man. Make sure y'all sub up to all these, subscribe to all these. Tune in, watch the videos, man. We trying to grow around here. We trying to get it popping on YouTube. Y'all help us out do that. But yeah, your boy about to get the fuck up out of here, man. This is very depressing. Prayers to that young man and his family. And may the Chow family, man, I hope y'all choke on the chicken dick, bitch. I'll holler at y'all in the next one as always, man.